All right, wedding videographers, can we have a conversation really quick? So I noticed at the beginning of 2024 and even late 2023, my bookings had gone down quite a bit. We did make one change. We had a baby, and I know that changes life drastically. The main issue and the main difference was my wife and I used to do photo and video together. But since we had a baby, she dropped out of the photo, so it was just video, which I know changes things because people love those husband-wife duos. But even still, without marketing that she wasn't really doing it anymore, we still were losing inquiries. We weren't getting as many as we were before. And I've seen a couple of comments and posts on this wedding videographers page I'm a part of, and other people are experiencing similar situations, similar issues where their bookings have gone down. So I wanted to do a little bit of research. So I wanted to hear from brides specifically about their struggles, their budget, their process, and their things that are most important to them when it comes to booking vendors. Now, how I did this was I made a Google Forms page, listed out my questions, posted it to a bunch of groups I'm a part of with brides in them from all across the country, and said that the first 10 people to fill this out will get a $5 Starbucks gift card on me. And we ended up getting like 100 submissions, which was pretty cool. So let's just dive right into what I found. So one of the first questions that I asked was, what is the most difficult part of planning a wedding? I left it open-ended. It wasn't multiple choice. Close to 7 out of 10 of the brides said that budgeting was their number one struggle when it comes to planning a wedding, which I kind of figured. I'm trying to look at all of this through a lens of a wedding videographer and how can we use this information to better ourselves for these brides. And I think for this one, it really tells me that brides have a specific set amount, and if you're not valuable to them, then they're going to put that money somewhere else. This also tells me that it's probably important for us to be putting our prices on our websites or social pages so that people know what they're getting into before they actually reach out to us. And this would eliminate a lot of wasted time inquiries. Another 20% said that finding vendors is the hard part. This I can 100% agree with. There are so many options out there, so trying to pick each vendor for one day has gotta be exhausting. Building off of that last question, I asked on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult do you find it to book vendors? And again, a large percentage of people ranked it as a 5 or higher in difficulty, and 20% said it's an 8 in difficulty trying to find vendors. Now here's where this gets interesting. We've already verified what we probably already knew, that budget is extremely important for most brides and that they have a set limit that they're willing to spend on their wedding, and that it's pretty difficult for them to find vendors. So this led me into the next question, which was, what are the most valuable vendors? What are the ones that you look for first, the ones that you are saying, I need to book this before anything else, let's get this done, and most of your budget goes to? Again, this was an open-ended question. I didn't lead them on in any way, shape, or form. I'd like to take a moment for you to guess. I'm sure we're all gonna get it right, but go ahead, just guess down there. Most valuable vendor. I'll give you a minute. Okay. The most valuable vendor, by far, 45.7% of these 100 brides said that photographer is the most important vendor for them to book. That's the first place they're going. That guy gets down on one knee and they say yes, and then their thought is, man, I need to find a photographer. Another 37% said that venue is the most important. Now that makes sense. You need a place to host the wedding. Start with a venue, fill in the rest. But that means a whopping 82.7% of brides is looking for venue or photographer first, and not just first, but as the most important, and where they're willing to spend the most of their money. I've experienced multiple weddings where I've been at the wedding and I've talked to the photographer, we've got to talking over dinner, and I find out how much they make, and they're making way more than me. Not a little more, way more than me. My first thought when I saw these results was maybe I should become a photographer. Not gonna lie. So then the last question was an exact flip of the first one. Again, no multiple choice, just straight open answer. What is your least valuable vendor? The one you're willing to spend the least amount of money, and the one that you're not looking to book until the very last moment. And I am sorry to tell you guys, but we are in the top 3. DJ came in with like 28%, and that was followed up with a lot of comments like, oh, we're just going to use a boombox, or they're just playing music, so they're not that important. Which, of course, all of us vendors know is not true. Next up was flowers at 19.4%, and then us at 13.9% of 100 brides value us the very least. And if you go back to the most valuable vendor, we did get 4.3% of the brides, so 4 out of 100 are saying that we are the most valuable vendor, the thing that they look to first. So if you piece all this together, what I'm seeing is photography first, venue second, and that's 80%. Then you have another 15% that don't even value videographers at all, and probably are going to be those last minute, hey, we have a little extra money, are you under $1,000? And then there's 5% of brides that actually value videography and want that as their number one thing. And that 5% are probably booking Matt Johnsons and Ray Romans and people of that nature. So the conversation that I want to start is just about this information. Are you experiencing this, or are you not? And if you're not, why do you think that that is? Do you market more than most videographers? Are you in a different price range, a price bracket for those brides that are looking for the more valuable? Is this information surprising to you? Are you feeling the effects of this? And if you are, what is your plan to combat that? So yeah, I thought we could have a fun little conversation about this. I look forward to seeing your comments. And I especially look forward to seeing the critical comments. I don't know what they're going to be, but I know there will be some. There always is. I can't wait to feel bad about myself. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.